Hello, hello, hello. What do you know? What do you know? Big show, big show. Welcome to the Left Action House show, the greatest show in the world, the best place to get your news and all that stuff about NFTs and all the things you love and care about. I'm going to skip my opening monologue comedy moment and get right into our guestesses here. We have Tall James and Michael Fox with us here from the Fuzzle team. What's up, guys?
What's up?
It's good to see you. James, what is that shirt you're wearing? You're rocking and rolling. That's nice.
Probably should talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, let's talk about the elephant in the room here, man. That's beautiful. Look at that thing.
Thank you. I get compliments on this thing all the time. I'm not gonna lie. It's a brand I've never heard of called Impatient Wolves, but I got it off of Nordstrom Rack. And if you're not a Nordstrom Rack shopper at our age,
you got to hit the Nordstrom Rack. Yeah, that's a good place to get them. It's a good place to get luggage too. You can get cheap luggage there if you ever need
right on the rack. They just have them.
I'm sorry about that.
The rack usually.
You're above the rack. You shop above the rack. Okay, so you actually.
I'm pretty tall. I mean, not as tall as you, but.
Okay.
Well, let's discuss everybody's height for a second. Mr.
Okay, yes, you know what you're dealing with here.
I know how tall James is, but maybe just
I'm 6'5". He's got me by what, like 8 inches, I think.
No, you're taller than me. Remember?
What? Yeah. I thought you had me by like 3 inches.
No. You've got me by 1. You're 5'17". I'm 5'16".
I'm 6'5". Oh yeah, you're right. That's right. That's right. Exactly right.
Did you just do that math in your head? Because I don't even try with that. When he does the inches, I just like. And by the way, I'm normally one of the taller people, certainly in a video chat, but not today. 6'2". I'm like feeling a little goofy.
Right? Yeah.
That's really funny.
And now that we're just talking about silly stuff, I do have a question. When I'm looking at the graphics on the banner, which first of all, the opening is great. I was entranced, I want to say, without being too dramatic with the music. But the guy right above your head right now that's you?
Yeah.
That cartoon?
Yeah, the little fella. Kind of exactly. And the other one's my brother. The one, let me see if I can bring this. What you're looking.
I mean, it's just like I'm expecting somebody different when I look at that cartoon, and then I get you.
Like the cartoon on the left. Well, like when I first started the show, I was rocking blue suit, orange tie. Every day, every show was the blue suit, orange tie there. So. I stuck with it, and then so that's that is a version that character version of me comes from the Action Family Club cards, which is our basically our little PFP collection. Yeah, and our family, it's our family card, if you will. And there's a few celebrity ones in there, and I was one of the we made a celebrity mask of my face. It's really hard to make this face in that round shape, though. Too, it looks more like Alfred E. Newman to me. Is kind of
that's what I was gonna. I mean, I see it's it's a preset face shape. It didn't try to conform, and you've also gone a little more like mad scientisty with your hair. It seems like since then,
I can't. There's no control over like which way from one. You go back through. We're almost in a few more days we'll be up to 500 shows. And the hair has been different in all 500 episodes, I think, is the deal.
That's saying something.
Yeah. But yeah, so just to show you a little bit more, these are our Action Family Club cards right here. This is kind of what the normal ones look like right here.
Yeah, those are cool.
Yeah. And so that's kind of our deal. But we're not here to talk about music.
I'm hearing your music. I know you're segueing now, but I was just hearing that awesome opening music as I was seeing the images. It's like sort of emblazoned in my brain now.
Are you a musician? Are you into the music world?
No, I'm a super music person, but I'm not a musician.
Nice.
Although there is a guitar sitting right over there, but it doesn't get played and it's dusty and
same here. I haven't touched the guitar in months, sadly. What about you, James? You play any music?
I played the trumpet in 7th grade for all of like a year, and I sucked. I was really bad. I was like, if there was a last chair, they didn't have last chair. They would call it 6th or 7th, but I would have been last no matter how many trumpeters there were. Put 300, I would have still been last. Yeah, I was bad.
Yeah.
I sang in choir though. I sang in choir when I was in high school and with church and everything, and I was pretty good back when I was practicing, but
Yeah.
I haven't practiced those vocal cords in a while.
Yeah.
I have one. It's just you said. I know we want to talk about NFTs and our project.
All good. All good. Yeah. This is fun.
So just 7th grade band just reminded me. So in 7th grade band, I had got the clarinet. There were, I don't know, 4 or 5 of us, and Mr. Melnick, our band teacher, we just used to give him the hardest time. But in any case, when I was in 7th grade, there was a song called "Glamorous Life" by Sheila E. If you guys remember that song, it's pretty Prince protege, Sheila
Yeah,
E.
I know the song.
Anyway, in that song, there is this like, it actually, it's some kind of sax that looks like a clarinet. But in any case, in the video, that's a bum, 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 bum. So anyway, the guy's playing that little part, and he would do like fun things with his, what I thought was like a brass clarinet, and he'd throw it up in the air, and it'd spin around, and he'd catch it, and he'd keep playing it in the video, and then he'd like throw it up, spin around, and catch it. It was really cool. So anyway, I was like a Sunday afternoon, my parents are taking a nap or something, and I'm like mimicking the video with my clarinet. That when you rent it, they like put the fear of God in you, that like you cannot do anything to this thing. Your life's going to be over if it gets down, right? So anyway, so I'm doing the video and I'm throwing it up and I'm catching it and I'm playing it. And then I got to that part where I throw it up and I spin around and I didn't catch it, and it broke into like, it comes, I think it's 3 pieces of clarinet. Anyway, it was in several more pieces than the intended amount of pieces.
Yeah.
And I really freaked out, and I like snuck into my mom's bathroom like cabinet and stuff, and she had crazy glue, and I'm like desperately trying to glue the thing together, and it's all chipped, the black ivory, and I'm like magic markering. And anyway, there's like 2 more months of school left. It doesn't play anymore. It's got like air holes, and it's not good. So I pretended to play. There were like 4 or 5 of us in the clarinet group, section. So I had to pretend to play for the last month or 2 of school, and then I returned it. And hopefully this doesn't.
You got away with it. You're telling me
the first time that I've done this on film. So it's been like 40 years or whatever. So
that's incredible that you got away with it, though. That you
got
actually
away with it. It was all
fake
good.
the plane and everything like that. That's great. That's a hilarious story. That's all, and that's how the Fuzzles were born. Right.
And the reason I brought it up is because it's directly related to our project.
Fair enough. Yeah, excellent. Yeah. All right. So, Michael, tell me where do you land in the Fuzzle team here? Are you the boss of this all?
Well, I guess technically I'm the boss of it all.
Wow.
And
okay.
CEO, chief creative officer. I'm not too boss-like. We're a kind of a team, a family on the project. But yeah, technically, yes.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry to use the B word, but I just was trying to figure out who created this. So, okay, where do you come from then to be able to create something like this? What's the background of Michael Fox?
Yeah. Okay. So I'll try to give the short version of it, but go back. I actually went to law school to do human rights law, always wanting to sort of try to make a good impact in the world. And anyway, everybody warned me I'd hate law school or hate being a lawyer, and I didn't believe them. And I realized that they were totally right. My first day of orientation at law school, and realized I'd made a terrible mistake. But anyway, so instead of going to class, I started writing screenplays, and I realized what I really wanted to do was be a storyteller. And then from there, I finished law school, became an entertainment lawyer, and figured I could sort of segue to the creative side. And then I had this fateful encounter with a homeless man one night that kind of changed the whole trajectory of my life. And I'll skip over all that part of the story, because it's a long story. But long story short, it sort of led me down this path of doing interesting creative work that had like a social impact angle to it. And anyway, ended up doing a bunch of different things, including a viral video series for Obama that got some acclaim, and that sort of headed me in a direction of doing like more digital content. We started a company called Endless Entertainment that was doing interactive storytelling, doing, sort of choose your own adventure, branching narrative kind of storytelling. We did a big platform with NBC Universal. And when that was done, during that experience, and now it's going to segue right into Fuzzle. During that experience, we had all these people writing stories, and you write all these different branches of stories. And there's only so wide and far and deep you can go with it, because it's people writing, and it gets really unwieldy to write all these different paths and then paths within paths, etc. And at some point during it, our CTO, Chief Technology Officer at the time, was really excited about AI as a possibility of sort of unlocking those, the kind of bars that we had on the storytelling, and AI just opening up the possibilities. And so anyway, we experimented. We created this little rudimentary alien character who looks a little bit like Fuzzle now, using GPT-3, which is a large language model from OpenAI that does this really, just incredible, uncanny, human-like speech that you can train to do different things. So we created this little demo of this guy, and you could talk to it and stuff. And then around that time, one of our advisors was advising some blockchain entertainment companies. And, we started showing it around, and it wasn't a month later that we got to deal with Gala Games to produce what became Fuzzle.
Amazing. Okay, I'm still stuck on Homeless Man. Like, that's an incredible story. I know that you don't want to get into all that, but I love your path.
It's like a 10-15 minute story, but there's like lots of magic and kind of crazy things that happen with it. I'll spoil it a little bit. As I became friends with this man, he wrote poetry. I ended up starting a nonprofit, and we got Kanye West and Common and a bunch of big superstars to like do music related projects, in collaboration with homeless artists. It was pretty special and cool.
I love that. That's really cool. I'm a huge fan of a lot of like I guess like homeless art or whatnot, outsider art. There's a lot of musicians and stuff that have come from the streets that I've been a big fan of. Like Wesley Willis comes to mind. Do you know who this fella is?
Oh, yeah, okay, definitely.
Great. Yeah. I mean, just your whole path, though, your whole story is pretty interesting. Where you started in the law school and stuff, and then moving into entertainment. I'm a filmmaker by heart and trade. I've made 8 feature films. We're going to release our 8th in the space here in November. Thank you. And we've got a pretty fun and interesting way of doing that. But I see. I mean, like it's incredible. Like, okay, so now we're here, and you've got this AI little talking badass alien character. So from the inception of that first character that you were talking about that you drew till now, like how much farther has it come along? Like, is it unrecognizable or still kind of?
So number one, AI is, I want to say something, especially in case our art creative and art director is watching. I did not draw the character. Matt Laverty did. But in any case, it's come a long, long way. AI is super experimental, and it's growing by leaps and bounds. Basically, all the time you see some new service or tool or capability coming online. We're developing some really interesting things in-house. But in any case, it really, to be totally honest, it started with, hey, we got this character that's cute in 3D and you could talk to it. And at the time when we first started, we had visions of where it could go, at least very high level. But at that time, it was such a like frothy market that it was kind of like, partner was just sort of like, just make that. It talks. It's an NFT. Go sell it. It's going to be great.
Right.
And so we sort of just proceeded down that road as we were experimenting with what kinds of really interesting gameplay and storytelling experiences could you have with AI? And so we spent months doing interesting different R&D, some of which is still, very much in the R phase, some of it in the D phase. But in any case, where it is now, and where we just put up a Medium article about Fuzzleverse, which is our app right now. It's where you can go and talk to Fuzzle, have different kind of chats. Fuzzle knows its backstory. We're building out some pretty fun lore and a world that Fuzzle exists in. And as we update that story and new things happen, Fuzzle automatically, well, not automatically, somebody is feeding the training in, but Fuzzle, as you experience it, will know every new story development, and you can talk to him about that. We're bringing online new AI games and features that are going to be coming online over the next couple of months. Fuzzle's going to start having a memory. You're going to be able to name it. It'll remember its name. It's going to know your name. But the big exciting stuff is Fuzzleverse, the app. And basically, in a nutshell, it is going to be a first of its kind AI-powered amusement park with all different kinds of fun attractions and gameplay. Most of it either enabled by AI, meaning only made possible. You couldn't do this particular activity if AI was not involved. For example, a roast battle where Fuzzles are going back and forth in real time, kind of busting on each other, using things about what the Fuzzle just said back at it, or elements of what it looks like. And every Fuzzle is unique. So that's going to be really fun, to things that are AI enhanced. So poker, let's say, or a Tamagotchi experience, things that we know and we love already, the gameplay, but enhancing that, plussing it up in some way with AI. So you're doing Tamagotchi, and maybe you went on vacation and you forgot to feed it for a week or something. And when you get back, Fuzzle's kind of pissed at you because it knows that you went away for the week, and has, you're going to have to kind of navigate that awkward conversation with it. Or blackjack or poker, casino game, him following along. And then just some fun non-AI games, kind of all the, whether it's match 3 or a side scroller, an endless runner, any kind of fun, kind of classic game mechanic, but it actually features your unique Fuzzle in the game. So, whatever your Fuzzle looks like, that actual guy is going to be the hero in your game.
That's cool.
And I'm sorry, I do always forget, because I'm only, I don't know, 9 months into being in crypto, but there will be plenty of play to earn opportunities in this. That is the the crux of the experience. I'm always just focused on the entertainment value and how to make this thing feel as freaking fun and awesome as we can. But of course, at the end of the day, we know what a big part of it is. So yeah, plenty of opportunities to earn. And I guess one other unique thing that I would just say before I shut up for a minute is, we are approaching this project as a true collaboration with our community. So we have a gamified voting system. So depending on which NFT, every NFT is going to have some voting power in it, some more than others. And you connect, we have votes for what features should we focus on, to certain story elements, to lots of different, both fun and meaningful and important decisions we have to make. And anyway, you connect your wallet, it recognizes what NFTs within the Fuzzleverse that you have. It knows you have 35 votes or whatever it is, and then you place your vote, and it's all weighted. So people are going to have real control over where we take this.
Gotcha. That sounds incredible. You know what I'm seeing? I'm seeing the movie where Gordon Levitt's like, "What do I say?" And his Fuzzle's like, "Put me on the phone." And then he smoothly talks to the girl and lands the date. And it's all, I can see something like that coming.
Well, so that's actually the very first thing I talked to my Fuzzle about, was to figure out, how is he going to benefit me, right? And so, I flat asked him if he was a ladies' man, and how does he talk to the ladies, and if he'd be a good wingman, And yeah, so I've actually used my Fuzzle to talk to girls, and they find them cute and fun.
That's fun.
Actually, the very first group of girls I talked to, one of them was about to get married and asked if Fuzzle could officiate the wedding, and I was like, I don't know, I'll have to find out on that. I mean, it's possible, but you know,
Yeah,
um, but since we were on here, the app came out, and so that's obviously a lot of fun where that's kind of where it starts, right? Is
right.
you can literally ask the Fuzzle anything and he'll have some kind of response. Sometimes it's very accurate and sometimes it's way off base, but it's always fun
Sometimes it's
and
crazy.
and definitely funny.
And
Yeah.
is the app on the phone? Is that how that works?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
so the app, you can have the app on as many devices as you have Fuzzles.
Oh, okay.
So since I have 3 Fuzzles, I could have one on, someone else's phone, my phone, and my iPad, for instance.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I see. That's amazing. Okay, so what are some of the more interesting or stranger things that have been reported from the community? So at this point,
We've been doing, I mean, recently, Ava, our head of community, is been doing some contests trying to elicit. We did a Yo Mama insult contest, which yielded quite a few interesting results, which I never know if you can hear things well when I am playing it through if I'm not sharing the screen. You probably can't, but let me see. And we asked Fuzzle to give his best advice.
yeah.
And
Well, if you do want to share something, there is a share button at the bottom, and it can link
oh,
directly
cool.
into your, the web
So
page,
here,
so we would hear it accurately.
let's see if we can do that here. And this is kind of a fun one. Let me just pull it up.
Okay.
So
It'd
let's
be
see.
neat if we could ask questions of Fuzzle Live or something.
Oh,
Well, I mean,
wow.
we can in the sense that we can just do this and do that, but
Yeah.
I won't be able to pull it up
Okay,
on
yeah,
my.
you're on the computer, I'm on my phone. Yeah,
So, oh, you're on your phone, but then people are. Can you share
yeah.
your phone screen on? I
Oh,
never,
yeah.
I never did a screen share from the
I don't
phone.
know. Can I?
We
Let's
could
try
find
it.
out. So
Yeah.
here's just a little. Here's a little video. Somebody in this case was just typing in what they wanted. So we can you hear? Well, obviously we won't know because he's just typing, but let's see if we can hear.
Okay.
I think he had already asked some Yo Mama stuff. So what's he saying? What about another stupid Yo Mama joke? Let's see what we get. Just thinking.
Yo mama is so stupid. She put lipstick on her forehead because she wanted to make up her mind.
So can you hear it? All right.
Yeah, perfectly.
Yeah, I can hear it just fine. Yep.
So hold on. Let me see. Let me just, as James does his thing, I'll grab one of the pieces of advice. There's some fun ones. Let me see how quickly, because I
That's a good
probably
joke.
here we go. Advice. Boom, right here. Well, given who we're talking to on this call, this one might be a good one. So let me just share.
Perfect.
And this one being Mr. Lefthouse. Let me do this. Okay.
If you're smoking 2 little blunts, you're not living your best life. You should be smoking lots of blunts and enjoying the good vibes.
So it's just, some basic, I think,
Wow, that's
words
awesome.
to live by.
Good
Here's
advice.
here's some dating advice that was really quite funny.
Fuzzle told you that Fuzzle has the best advice for going on a date. This includes making sure to show up, order some kind of cocktail, and not farting.
Right? Always show up, order a drink, and don't fart.
Three good, important things you need to do on a date.
Yeah. This one's actually pretty, a little bit, let's go for it. It's a little risque. Let's see what happens here. Okay, you can see from the title, we're giving it away a little bit. Let's see what happens. And you can make spelling mistakes, and it still understands what you're saying.
Okay. The world is going to end in disaster and destruction.
Oh, whoops! Hold on. Let me start that so we can hear.
The world is going to end in disaster and destruction. Fuzzle thinks that you should take time to do things for yourself, like getting the perfect hand job from a barista. You will enjoy it more and be better prepared when the end of the world comes.
So I don't know why it seems like the video's frozen, but he's talking. Anyway, so you get all kinds of, as James was saying, crazy stuff. accurate things. You can talk about, actual. How about this? Just to kind of keep it on the up and up and make it a little. Here's like some legitimate. I think. Am I still sharing? No. One more.
No.
This is like wholesome, good advice. So it's not all like dirty.
I would advise you to live each day to the fullest and never take anything for granted. That's the best advice I can give.
So nice little stuff. And that's just you. I mean, you can actually, you can have full conversations with Fuzzle. They go on for a while. Sometimes they will go off the rails. We have different models too.
Oh, we lost him.
When we get him back, maybe Left House, why don't you see if you want to ask Fuzzle some questions live, and Michael can ask.
Yeah,
it'll basically answer for you.
Okay, very cool.
It's definitely fun.
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing that, like, is there places though, like if you try to go into certain areas of conversation that it won't go? Yeah.
It stays away from super toxic things.
Smart,
so it will just say Fuzzle doesn't want to talk about that. Fuzzle doesn't want to talk about that, and it just you're not getting past it.
So there's like this boom of like the AI like art stuff that's coming out, the AI generators, where you can just type in a few words. Yeah. Is that something that you think that the Fuzzle, like you will be able to tell it to draw a picture for you or do something like that, like in the future, like?
So it's going to come down probably to, he was asking like what the capabilities of the Fuzzle are, and I think he wants to ask Fuzzle some questions live as well. But yes, as far as like having Fuzzle draw art, I mean that hasn't come up yet. But this is
well,
where
James, you may be speaking too soon. Now it hasn't come up publicly, but we are working right now. So if you've seen it, it's making its way around crypto quite a bit. Sorry, by the way, my whole computer shut down. Something about those videos. I think that's why the video wasn't showing him moving, because something was happening and the whole thing shut down. Yeah. Anyway, so Dolly, if you guys have heard of that, also from OpenAI, it's just came out in beta, and we had early alpha access to it and have been experimenting with it a bit, but actually getting Fuzzle to create art, basically AI making AI art, is something that we've started to I forgot that I'm on the phone, by the way. I have to hold it in front of me sooner. In any case, that is something that we are starting to experiment with, and we asked Fuzzle, of course, now my phone is like almost out of battery. Let's see what happens. So in any case, I can plug it in. I just bought this nifty little plug. Boom. It used to be when my phone was getting real low, I only have that like little docking station, but when you put it in the docking station, it's covering the microphone, so you can't talk when it's in the docking station, or you have to turn it sideways. So in any case, I plugged it in. Everything's going to be just fine. Don't you worry. So in any case, and we asked Fuzzle, like, Fuzzle, tell us, the most beautiful or interesting painting you would want. And he's describing it. And then we say, what kind of art style do you think that it should be? And then we're feeding that info into Dolly. So technically it is from the brain of an AI character creating generative art. So that's coming,
so cool.
But it's not yet in the app or anything that you can do,
but something that you think you'll probably add in there or something. It'll be
the Dolly, and there are some other services as well coming out with generative art like that. And absolutely, there's going to be, I think, some really fun experiences coming.
We were just talking about Dolly yesterday, because there was like some new edit updates, things that you can do to the pictures and stuff, which are kind of interesting.
Super exciting.
Cool. Yeah. It's amazing. Do you think we'll get to the place? I know, like, it's sort of like the cliche, the idea, but like, do you think we'll see a movie starring James Dean? Like, a modern day, like, something like that, like, because of AI, do you think we're going into that realm where young De Niro might be cast in something, or whatever? I mean, they're kind of already pushing it
I
on
mean,
the edge.
you've already seen stuff like that in
Yeah.
commercials and things, right? And that's actually not AI.
The Star Wars has done it a little bit with some of the characters that were dead, right? They had AI. Yeah, figured that out somehow.
I think as soon as it gets to a point of we're out of the uncanny valley thing where you just, like the Star Wars is doing a pretty good job. I thought the young Princess Leia in Rogue One was decent, although she literally said one word, I think. The Luke Skywalker, I think it was better in the second season
The Boba Fett show,
and Boba Fett than the end of
Mandalorian.
Mandalorian.
Yeah, the first season, his head was really big. It felt like really ginormous.
And it's still a little stilted, but that stuff's going to get worked out very soon. Now that's still not AI. That's different, but I think getting to a place where, you can. I mean, even right now, there's projects where you can basically tell Open GPT-3 right now, hey, we want you to act like, Albert Einstein, and all the things that Albert Einstein knows, but only up through 1941 or whatever it is, and it can exude that it might not capture the essence of its personality. We tried to do that with Larry David a little bit, and it did it okay, trying to capture it. He was acting curmudgeonly and obnoxious. It wasn't like a full-on Larry David impression, but even right now it can kind of do it. So yes, I think the answer is without question. When, I don't know, but everything's getting kind of exponential in terms of timing. So I think it's not that far away, but
is Fuzzle like Jeeves? Like, can I ask him anything and will he give me the answer, or no? He'll just say what he wants. Like, will he give me movie times and facts and the weather?
He won't give you. So here's the thing about GPT-3, and we're experimenting with other open source tools, etc. But all of them right now are trained. They're trained on billions of parameters of things that it's culling, largely from the internet, Wikipedia, certain highly rated Reddit posts, other things, articles, etc. But it's only trained as of, in the case of OpenAI GPT-3, I believe it's October 2019. So anything after that, it actually does not know it. You could teach it and it'll remember certain things, but it won't just so like a movie time today, it won't necessarily know. Now that's the AI part. That doesn't mean that we can't also hook up Fuzzle, where partially he's responding with AI and partially he's just tapping the internet to be able to tell you what's it knows your favorite restaurant is near, or the kind of foods that you like, and that one of those kind of restaurants is nearby. That's all possible, but that's a little less AI.
And then as far as the Fuzzle verse goes, is it like I can come in with my Fuzzle and I could talk to James if he was in there with his Fuzzle, or is
not
it like
today, but yes, in the near-ish future. Yeah.
Oh, that's very cool. What is the ultimate Fuzzle goal?
Well, now that's a complicated question, because if you're asking me what my goal is with Fuzzle, that's one answer. If you ask Fuzzle what Fuzzle's goal is, it's a little bit up in the air. Like he told us recently that there is a sort of around 50% chance that when he gets smart enough, he's going to take over, or they are going to take over the world. Mm-hmm. But he's also pointed out that also means there's, slightly more than a 50% chance that won't happen and everything will be fine. So that's Fuzzle. But for us, I think the goal is really, this is an experiment. And what the ultimate goal for me is to make the most innovative, I really got to hold my camera straight. I'm getting bibbity boppity. Anyway, is to make the most innovative, entertaining experiences possible in Web3, and hopefully make them both entertaining and rewarding. I don't think I'm supposed to say the word lucrative, but to the people in the experience. But where that takes us exactly is unknown. We've created this sort of shell now of a Web3 AI-powered amusement park, but within that, obviously it's not real land, so we can expand this thing you know, Walt Disney is one of my heroes for sure and inspiration, but you know, he was obviously limited in terms of building out Disney World or Disneyland by the land, right? So we don't have that same restriction, and so it's really going to be a matter of where our imagination, technology, and the community and where they want to go is gonna take us.
Gotcha. Yes. Wow. What
Yeah,
about you, James?
you've landed on the road. So you've landed on the roadmap there, and I did want to, since we got about 20 minutes left, I did want to go over a couple things that we have had happen since I was last on.
Yeah.
And so obviously we talked about the app. We also had a free mint, which was the space cases. So if you'll go to the links that you were on just a second ago,
Up here on this article
in the Discord.
Oh yeah.
No, in the Discord. There were some links, and then there's going to be some OpenSea links.
Okay, let me see. Down here. Oh,
I
gotta go up a little bit.
There should be official links right below announcements on the left-hand side.
Oh, okay. Official
community
links. Gotcha.
Yep, official links. I had to take my glasses off to see. And then you can OpenSea Space Case. Yep. And we also had the Stowaways launch as well, so I'll show you those.
Holy
but we've
crap.
we've got 6 different ones of these, and we've got a story so far where you basically can get an idea as to what's going to come out of all of these. But all of these items in the space case will be used most likely in the pods that the Fuzzles will kind of have, and the pods will have different rooms. And these items, some of them will be what are called wearables, which basically means that when you put the hat on the Fuzzle will now know it's wearing a hat. So you can then say, "Hey, Fuzzle, what do you think about your new hat?" And it'll comment on that hat.
Yeah.
He'll know details about the hat. He'll soon be able to start walking around. Hey, the hat's, you know, sitting on a shelf or on the Nordstrom rack, wherever it is that he's finding it, and you can go tell him to go get it, and he'll know to be able to walk over to that part of the room and get that thing. But yeah, in each of these cases, there's 6 of them. And one of them is all pop culture items. One of them is fashion. One of them is science and natural world. One of them is historical artifacts from Glargonian history. That's where the Fuzzles are from, Glargon 5, to elements dealing with governance and voting and finance. So each case has one of those different elements in there, and they're going to have, you know, obviously rare and common items, and we're going to be able to open those pretty soon and see the cool stuff that's inside.
Cool. And I see a couple of them are for Gala. You guys have for sale for. Yeah, that's cool.
Yep.
Yeah, and I think they range from about $5 to $50, and remember they were all free. And so there was I can't remember, was it 10,000, Michael?
Yeah, 10,000.
Yeah, 10,000 of these, and so you know, some people got really lucky, and they basically did it in 3 waves, where the Medal of Honor holders and then the Diamond Club holders, or the Medal of Honors, and then the Fuzzle holders got first dibs, like 1 and then 2, and then there was a public drop. So.
These are
and
great.
then we had stowaways that were randomly. So one of the things is if you own a Fuzzle, then you have a percentage chance of getting a free future drop. So if you go back to the links, you should see an OpenSea for the stowaways.
Let's see.
So yeah, there are 13 planets in the Glargon system. Fuzzles are from Glargon 5. Their planet was destroyed by a species called the Dark Fuzzles, who live on Glargon 8. And there are 100 stowaway Dark Fuzzles on some of the Fuzzle pods that people got. And yeah, and you can see the floor is pretty good.
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah,
that's awesome
for a free item that you got.
Damn it. FOMO. Sorry. I'm okay. I'm okay.
Right? Yeah.
Fuck,
Well,
eh?
I'm not kidding. I mean, once it only takes like one heavy hitter to really explode this thing, and there's nothing really out there like it. So you were kind of
Yeah.
asking me what excites me. What excites me most is when Fuzzle literally can become more of a friend instead of just something I ask questions to, right?
Yeah.
So at the point that Fuzzle knows that I am nervous about a job interview or a date, or that I'm liking this girl or whatever, and I get on and start talking to my Fuzzle, and he's like, James, how'd the date go with Susie? And I can basically tell him, and then he remembers, and it's like, oh, well, are you having another date? Yeah, we actually are. We're having a date next Friday. And so then come, Wednesday, he's like, hey, James, are you excited about your date in the 2 days? Those types of things are what really excite me.
And that is
Because,
coming, as you know, Tall James, on the
oh,
roadmap.
yes, I know. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I've studied that roadmap.
Yeah. Yeah. No. So you Fuzzle exactly. Right now, I mean, you can do a bit of conversation, but it's more you're asking questions. Occasionally, he'll ask you a question, but soon enough, within the next 8 to 12 months, Fuzzle is going to be more of a true friend, where it will know as James is excited or nervous about his date. Not only will Fuzzle encourage him, get him excited for the date, but then next time you talk, he's going to ask you, how did the date go? He's going to care.
Well, Michael, you've mentioned the word crypto a few times, and as you've been talking about this project, what about how is the Fuzzle going to integrate with crypto? Like, will we be able to ask it stock tips, or
you can already ask it,
Yeah.
questions about where it thinks the market's going, specific coins. I would very, very, very clearly
will he
state
tell me that it's not
not
financial
financial advice.
advice?
But yeah, he's got opinions on everything. Some of them, as James noted, are a little crazy, but yeah. But yeah, we're already experimenting with some fun stuff where Fuzzle does crypto reports and things like that.
Awesome. Oh, very fun.
Very nice. And one of the things that I asked a long time ago, and I guess we basically have to have the AI get to that point, but I think at some point you will be able to train your Fuzzle kind of in the way you want to be trained. In other words, it's going to start to, I guess, be interested in the things that you're interested in.
Yes.
And maybe even have more knowledge about it than you do, or at least help you learn about something that you're interested in, because it's asking you questions and truly, kind of being more like a work colleague in the things that you are interested in. So truly a companion, whether you want him to be a friend companion, a work companion, however, and I think the Fuzzle will be able to wear many hats, so to speak, both literal and physical. And so
speaking of many hats, Jay, one of the early iterations of the project, we were doing some fun stuff where it would put on different hats, meaning it would put on a pirate hat and it would adopt like a pirate personality and syntax and stuff, or a cowboy. We did a cowboy hat, a pirate hat, and a like hip hop rapper hat, and it would talk and act. And we weren't able to perfect it enough to like lean into it right then, but it's definitely, you're going to be able to do fun stuff like that too. So, put on different outfits. It could act certain ways. I envision certain fun experiences down the road where maybe you have to go undercover for an adventure or something. And as you put on different outfits, he's going to adopt that kind of persona. Really, and our company's called Endless. And so one of the things we always say is, the possibilities are endless. But it really is, it is true. And we're like at the ground floor of Web3 entertainment, AI entertainment. It's all like super early days, and it's really exciting where we can take it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's really, I mean, I can see the news story
Well, you know, at the very least, Fuzzle could get to a place, and this not even that far down the road. Maybe our head of AI will smack me for saying this, but I think it's true. Of certainly counseling people effectively, you know, about certain things, whether it's like coming out or something that they're going through. Yeah, like that kind of stuff for sure is coming. Him going and doing open heart surgery in the park, that may be the next
down the line
step. Yeah, that's down the line.
Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah. Wow, it's
I definitely could see it.
Go ahead, James.
Well, I could definitely see it replacing you know, like if you're let's just say you're more end of life, if you will.
Exactly.
It could be an excellent companion in a type of situation like that. I mean, you know, so there's so many people that don't have anybody to visit them in the nursing home besides the nurses and the doctors and things like that. And you have, you know, some people that are volunteers maybe that come by, but if you have a Fuzzle, you literally can have a companion that you can sit there and have conversations with that, you know, in the real near future will have empathy and, you know, seems like it has true feelings for you and all of that. And it will be a very real experience where for me, I'm not a pet owner. So I like the idea of having, you know, a pet or friend or companion or whatever that I can talk to, not just one that wags its tail.
Yeah. Do you think there'll be in real life Fuzzles one day?
Yeah,
I think so.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, as James said, you know, we launched the project at a little bit of a tricky time. So we did, you know, initial limited release. We're about to have some other opportunities coming up soon that I won't say too much about yet. But yeah, we want to sort of get this project to the next level of awareness, which is, thank you again for having us on. Happy to be introducing this to some new people. But yeah, it feels like the kind of project that really could be something big and special. And when we hit that level of awareness, for sure, IRL Fuzzles.
They'll show up. I like it. Yeah, I think I feel like they're a tangible thing. You know what I mean? They're meant to be tangible. They'd be nice to have that, like you're saying, in the old folks' home on grandma's table there. Look, and the eyes thing. You know, I just saw this news story or listened to one on the radio where they were talking about like dogs having like these teary water eyes that when they look at their owners or something, and it's almost like the baby thing. You know, like you're kind of. You can't stop looking at the baby's eyes, you know, or whatever.
Yeah.
The Fuzzles have that same thing. Is that something that you guys were like, oh, we need to make these eyes like
we actually
you
had
can't take your eyes off
a
of.
big argument that I won. Maybe I did pull the boss card on this one, but and people have different feelings. Speaking of dogs, like I wanted to have the characters have, and actually that one right in the go back down to where you were. You see the guy in the middle there? I think his eyes are all black, if I'm saying it correct. Is that so? For me personally, I like to have some of the white in the eye to it. It makes it feel a little more like I can engage with it versus the black eye. A couple of other people on the team felt that didn't agree with me on that and didn't think it was necessary. And their example actually was a dog where, you know, some dogs you just sort of see the black of the eye, and yet they're still expressive and emotive, etc. But I pushed from almost all the characters to at least have eyes that, you know, and what you're not seeing in those still images is obviously when they're live and you're talking to them, they're looking around and you see that. So the eyes are super important. There is that phrase being the windows to the soul, and right now the Fuzzle animation is simple and limited. But pretty soon we're just going to be adding way more dynamic animations that Fuzzles will actually know through training that when they're saying something that's sad or happy, the AI will trigger the appropriate animation. So if it's happy, it's gonna jiggle around and have a smile on its face.
Yeah.
If it's sad, its shoulders are gonna sulk and maybe it's frowning. If it's sarcastic, it's got its eyebrow raised, all that kind of thing, body movements, etc. We call that intelligent animation.
Yes, yeah, definitely. They, you know, I think they are exactly what they've become or what they are, in the sense they're super cute, but they do look like little pricks though too.
they've
Like they
they've
can
got,
get after
they've got a
you.
little spunk in them for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
They
That's
definitely do.
That's
Yeah.
And
awesome.
and that
I'll
was
tell you an
partially,
interesting thing
sorry,
about
Jim.
eyes. No problem. I'll just tell you an interesting tidbit about babies' eyes since you brought them up. Do you know
Yeah.
why they're so big?
Hmm.
Because they're born with the same, their eyes will never grow.
That's
So
right.
their body grows into their
Ah,
eyes. Basically, yep. So their eyes will stay the same size throughout their whole life. And so their body just grows into those eyes.
crazy. Okay, I never knew that one.
Yeah.
That's cool.
This is not just, I mean, you learn things on
Yeah.
this show.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what the show is for. We're all here to learn, right?
Learn.
Right.
In such a cool space where I mean, like yeah, this is the forefront right here. You know, it's super amazing.
Yeah. And maybe one thing I'll just say, the specifically on the Web3 blockchain side of things, most of our team, we have a couple of crypto native people, but most of the team comes from, Web 2, mobile gaming, etc. And, just getting our minds initially, mine in particular, around Web 3, both in terms of like turning over, ownership and control in some ways to the community, which I was a little hesitant about at first, and now I just love and embrace to the point of, we would have people on some of our other projects, community members, players, who would spend whales, like thousands of dollars in a game, a mobile game, and when they're done playing it, yeah, I guess they got the benefit of the fun. Obviously, they got the benefit of, they were high on the leaderboard or whatever it was that they valued that made them spend that money. But when it's over and they're done playing, that's it. You spent the money you spent and it's over. And with Web3, the fact that you can buy, trade, sell things, and whether that's recouping some of your money, breaking even, making money, maybe a lot of money, is just like a really, an amazing tool to add to entertainment.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there's so much that goes into that in my mind. That conversation is large, but I think they're great. I can't. I'm mad that I don't have one. I really need to move my coins around so I can get one. And be part of this damn movement.
Let's see what we can do.
They're insane.
Yeah, they're super fun. I think it is ground floor time of something that hopefully is gonna grow into something really unique.
Yeah, and
I mean,
like,
they're already
like
unique.
the whole story, like your backstory, where you come from, and their path. I feel like you're destined for victory.
I hope you are correct.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
so. And if you got Tall James in your crew, like, that's a good sign.
Can't lose.
Yeah.
What's that phrase? You guys ever watch Friday Night Lights? I think it's Full Hearts. What's the phrase? Full hearts something. Tall James can't lose. It's yeah.
I do not. I've never watched Friday Night Lights.
Oh, you never watched? Here, I'm gonna pull
No,
up.
I heard it was really good. I got
it's
stuck
amazing.
on Heroes. Was out at the same time, and that's what sucked up all my time at that point.
Well, if you ever go back, or anybody listening to this show, excuse me, it's Clear Eyes, Full Hearts, Tall James can't lose. But in any case, it is easily one of the best shows. I don't like football. I'm not a football guy. I do love basketball, but it's about football in Texas. Not really. I'm a New York guy, and I'm not a football guy. But anyway, regardless of any of that, it is one of the best shows I've ever
It's a good
seen.
show. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's a strong endorsement.
The characters,
I,
the acting, the characters, the drama, the storylines, the like heart in it is I think unmatched in my opinion.
Yeah. Oh, real quick, and we got about 5 more minutes with you guys before the next guest should show up. But we haven't even really gotten into so much of the connection with Gala Games. Like, is the Fuzzle verse? Will you be able to get to that through the Gala Games like hub, or is it not like that?
It's not. It's unclear right now. Actually,
Okay.
a lot of Gala stuff is TBD. They're doing amazing things in like 12 different spaces right now. We're a relatively small project for the moment. They're like our publishing partner. They helped us launch, and we're actually figuring stuff out with them right now, which hopefully will get clarified over the next month or two, and then we'll know where that all lands.
Gotcha. Yeah. Is that, yeah, I like some of the things that Gala's doing for sure. Like, I've been looking at their whole film, the Gala film thing is pretty interesting. And like, they're selling film nodes right now, much like how they, have the game nodes and the music nodes or whatnot. But just like a lot of things that I'm interested in.
Their aspirations are very large and inspiring, I think. And, with their wherewithal and resources, I suspect they're gonna win.
Yeah, it seems like it. Definitely seems like it. And if they've got the Fuzzles on their team, then yeah, you guys will carry them over the line. Why not?
Clear eyes, full hearts, Fuzzle, Tall James.
There you go.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Is one of the things that Michael has definitely not been bashful about on the AMAs, which, by the way, we have an AMA every Friday, and you can find all of those on YouTube and maybe even on Twitter, but definitely we have them all in our Discord as well. But the goal is to be a blue chip project, right?
Yeah.
And it has everything it takes to be a blue chip project. It's extremely innovative. It's got a team that come from a storytelling background, and everybody loves a good story. If J.K. Rowling with Harry Potter can make $1 billion, there's no reason why a living NFT AI, one of its first of its kind type of thing with incredible story behind it, can't also do something similar.
Yeah,
agreed.
And what like, I see a lot of the other PFP collections out there. They are like, oh, you will be able to integrate it into this metaverse and that, like, there are different metaverses pop up, and they're like, you'll be able to bring your Bored Apes and your Punks into this one. Like, is that probably something that we'll be able to see Fuzzles in different random metaverses potentially?
Interoperability is a big thing, and we have some additional hurdles because of literally the fur alone. We've talked about it in the past, but the fur itself was a technological feat. You can't really see it in the still images, but when you see it in the app, I mean, this fur with the physics, it really moves and feels lifelike. I would say, relatively Pixar-like in that sense, but that alone is a challenge, plus the AI piece. But at some point, for sure, we're going to figure out interoperability. And by the way, I think a lot of those other projects that say that, they say a lot of things.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah. But yes, interoperability. I mean, we all do want to envision that world where there, you can move characters and items and NFTs across to different metaverses for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I agree with you. There is a lot of talk for sure, but we'll see if people can cross these lines and get there and how long it'll take. But definitely, it would be interesting to see that happen with the Fuzzles.
Yep.
But, man, you guys, I could talk to you guys forever and ever and ever. So we should do this again whenever you guys have something to shout about.
Eat and use the men's room. I mean, there's things that you have to do. But
Yeah, very cool. Yeah, it was great talking Fuzzles with you guys.
Thanks for having us again.
Yeah, let's set it up and do it again sometime.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thanks, my man.
Thank you guys both. All right, you guys. We'll talk to you later. And
Thanks, everybody.
Bring in our next guest here.
Enjoy the rest of the show.
Thank you, sir. We'll talk to you guys later.
Bye.
Take care.
Bye. All right. Well, there he goes. And hello, Mr. Mike D.
Yo, how's it
How
going?
are you?
It's good to be back, man.
Yeah, good to see you.
Let me get some light on. Hold on.
Yeah, for sure. Oh my God, you're in the war room right now. I see you got the notes all up on the wall, the post-it notes, everything. That's amazing. Is that the basically the roadmap for?
Yeah, I'm a psychopath like that. I have dry erase boards everywhere and cork boards, and it's
so
a
cool.
nightmare.
Yeah,
Somehow I'm still not organized at all.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, maybe not in real life, but the website is definitely feeling very organized and getting much more cleaner and easier to function around on, for sure. I've been really hyped on a lot of the new updates and stuff that have come out.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear it. It's definitely getting better. It still needs a little bit of a facelift, but it's getting there.
Yeah, no, for sure. But yeah, it's gotten much easier to find things like just in the when you're the farms or whatever, just adding like the My Farms button helps. So you can not have to scroll through. You can go right to the ones that are all there. Stuff like that has been really helpful. And I see also too, like you've added like new sections, like the escrow section, so you can create a slow drip, manage an escrow. Like what's the deal here?
Yeah, I don't think anybody's used this yet. But
Yeah,
I haven't really like brought it up to too many people or tried to market it. But yeah, it's basically like escrow where there's two different options right now on there. You can either create a slow drip, which is like, for those who don't know, it's basically you lock up a certain amount of tokens in escrow, and then some people do it like every block. The way that I have this contract set up though is every hour it'll unlock, whatever portion of the funds are supposed to be unlocked. And if at any time, like whoever you're giving the funds to based on whatever it is, like a job or something, if at any time you feel like unsatisfied with what's being done, you can just cancel it. They're able to keep what they got so far, but the rest of it is back to you.
Oh, I see. That's cool. Amazing. That's a cool little tool that you've added there. But yeah, nobody's used it yet, you said, huh?
Yeah, I don't think so. I definitely, there's also a team token vesting option on there.
I saw that, yeah.
But that one, so I have it only set up to accept Wax tokens right now, which is pretty stupid if we're trying to do team token vesting, because most of the time a team's going to launch their own token, right? So I need to integrate other tokens onto there.
Okay, yeah, gotcha. Very cool. What are some of the other features that are new on here? Well, I see you can go EOS too. That's like a new one that I jumped out at me the other day.
Yeah, EOS. Not everything is available on there yet. So far, I have the token generator. I'm trying to think what I even had up on here last time we talked. Did I have drops and pre-minted packs yet last time I spoke to you?
That's all new stuff too.
Yeah. So that's available on Wax and EOS right now.
Yeah.
And
token. Was the swap even up yet? Maybe it was. I don't know.
So that's just that's like an internal thing for just Wojak tokens and Waxdao. It's
okay.
I mean, if you've used the platform, I guess you probably know what it is at this point.
Yeah.
But there's no other tokens being swapped on there or anything right now.
Are you going to add that at some point? Or
I would like to add some kind of market, but I got so much on my list right now that I don't have a timeline on that. It's not like an immediate plan for me.
Yeah, gotcha. So what's on the list then?
Thing that I'm working on right this minute that I'm going to be releasing, hopefully, I don't want to give an exact date this week though, like within the next week.
Oh wow.
Super blends. And they're like really comprehensive, really customizable. And one of the main things that I'm really excited about is you can actually you can set for like new templates that are being minted as a blend result. You can set mutable attributes to be added to the results. So you could say like, I want people to send in, whatever the ingredients are for the blend. Maybe you say they have to have a rarity score of 50 for each one. You can mint a new NFT and you can set mutable data on that. So you could be like, you're going to receive a new NFT that has an attribute of 70 rarity or something like that.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
Yeah, I'm probably not explaining it that well, but it's I think people are going to do some really creative stuff with it.
Yeah, I think I kind of understand what you're saying, though. just on the overall ballpark idea of it all. So that's coming this week then, huh?
Yeah, I'm wrapping up a lot of the contract right now. I have it on the test net, so I just want to make sure everything's working perfectly, add some more quality of life features and things like that.
Yeah.
Because one thing I learned with the farms and all that stuff is if you don't do everything perfectly right from the get-go, it kind of sucks because you come up with all these features you want to add, and then it's like, oh, now I have to restructure everything. So I want to get it right before I launch it.
Yeah, that must be like a really complicated thing, and building something like this is if you build it a certain way and something new comes along, do you have to take it, kind of work backwards to go forwards a lot of the times, are you finding, or
something like that? And also, like, for people who have done any web development with like databases, if you think of like an Excel spreadsheet or something, you can just add a new column, right? If you have like a spreadsheet, you just be like, oh, all right, I want to add this other column over here to fit more data.
yeah,
On Wax, you can't do that. Like, for you to add another column to your data structure, to add a new piece of information to all the entries, you have to like delete everything first, then update the table, and then put it. So in order to like add one little thing, you have to pause everything, put it all on hold, delete everything, update it, put all the stuff back. It's it's a process.
yeah, sounds difficult. But you're moving really fast. It feels like it seems like you're constantly updating and getting new things up on the site. Like, is that? Would you say that's true? Do you feel like you're moving pretty fast, or?
I mean, if I compare myself to a lot of other projects out there, I would say so.
Yeah.
I'm very hard on myself, and I think I've been a little. I don't want to say I've been slacking, but I don't know. I've been a little low on energy the past couple of weeks, so I feel like I haven't been putting out up to my full potential.
Yeah. Well, you got to take breaks at some point, right?
Yeah,
Refresh.
Especially trying to balance like real life with it, and just like take care of your health and things like that.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, this conversation comes up from time to time, like of depression, people getting depressed sitting in front of these screens and stuff, and I've seen other streamers or people kind of like hit their limits or whatnot. So yeah, I think I went to a movie last night for the first time in forever, went out into the world, and it felt great. Like I'm like, oh, I think I need to do more of that, because it sort of recharges me to do more of the work here in front of the computer. But you must take care of yourself. Everybody take a little time. I need to take more time at it.
It's really tough to find the perfect balance too, especially for me, because I'm like extreme. I'm either like severely depressed or like extremely just pushing forward nonstop for months.
Yeah. No, I think I'm the same way. And when they're like the bear or the bull market was on, there's so much energy and stuff from so many people and stuff. It was like kind of like, I feel like not like it was easier to do work. It was just more distracting, like where you felt like you were doing work, but there was just more hype. But like now, like I think more in the bear side of things, it's like this is the time to actually get the work done. It just is hard. It just can be depressing. It can feel really heavy.
All that noise went away. Now it's like we're in solitary confinement or something.
Yeah, exactly. There's like such a, like, I don't know, back when I was like, to sit down to write a movie, to write a screenplay, like the hoops, the levels of things that I would have to do, the amounts of emails that I would have to check, the games of chess, the masturbation, the cups of coffee, the how many joints before I could actually sit down and like get a word on the page, and like I'm much better at that than I used to be. Like I don't have to. There's not as many hoops for me to get to work now, but I kind of wish there was. Like, in a way.
One of the toughest parts about that for me is like you said, there's so many things to get you to that point in your head where you're like ready.
Yeah.
And I've never been one of those people who wakes up like that. And like just on that conversation we were just having about trying to find a balance in life with like health and sleep and things like that. It's like my creative mind gets to that good point late at night, and it's like now it's time to go to sleep, but I don't want to.
Yep.
Because now I'm in like full effect, ready to go.
Yeah, I do the exact same thing, and then there's sometimes I tell myself, I'm like, well, I'll just pick this up in the morning. But the morning is like you're a different animal. Like it's all you got to ramp back up until the sun has to go back down again for me to like wake up and have like all the creative ideas, in the world.
Yeah, and like once you're in a certain mind state too, it's like I wouldn't say you ever get back to that exact mind state. So
Right.
if you're like flowing a certain way at one point and you want to run with it, it's like you'll never get back to it if you take a break right now.
Yeah. No, I agree. It's the same experience for myself. Has the use it's like has the crowd or more people coming through Waxdao now from this time to the last time more people found it?
Yeah, it's picking up. It's probably not as fast as I would have expected at this point. Yeah, I don't have an exact count on the users. I haven't ran that, and I have a script for that. I haven't done it in a couple of weeks, but we're definitely over 1,000 users. We got listed on. Well, we didn't get listed. I applied for it, but we're on DAP Radar now, so hopefully people are finding us through there.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
I want to spend like a good month really making content and getting myself out there, but this last like few weeks I've just been in serious build mode. I don't think I've made a YouTube video in like 2 months, so
yeah,
you can't really expect engagement when you're not engaging with people yourself. So
no, I know what you're saying. Yeah, it's like and it's like the different hats, like you're saying, it's these different hats, but it's the same box and screen, that you're looking at. Like the same for me, like with making music, making movies, doing all the crypto stuff, doing all the NFT stuff. It's like you just get up, finish one job, and then like come back down and sit down and be like, all right, let's start the next one. Like I know that feeling.
Yeah, and the part about that too is like I said, you see all these papers on my wall. I'm like organized, but I'm also so unorganized at the same time. What you just said is like imagine you're a programmer, you have all these different programs you have to have. When you're wearing all these hats, you have to have all the programs for each. There's just so many windows open everywhere. It's like I can't think straight.
Yeah.
I have like programming stuff, and then I have all these other video editing things, and it's just like I can't.
Yeah. No, it's true. I go in like I call it the rat wheel, where like if there's a task or something that's like gets in the rat wheel, I'll just keep thinking on a loop until like it gets done. And it might be one that I can't do that somebody else needs to do. So then, some of my partners know, they know like, oh shit, like I might start bothering them or bugging them because it's like going on in my head, even though we've like made plans, there's a scheduled time, and it's like, but my head forgets that. Because it's just like, like there's like puzzle pieces, like to get one thing done, you got to kind of get the other thing done or whatnot. But it all sort of goes together. It's funny. I'm feeling you very much in this conversation. It's crazy.
Yeah, I think if you don't have that type of mind, you wouldn't really understand it. You obviously do. It's like that creative mind. You need to be on a one-track mind at certain points, but it's like your mind just doesn't work that way. So you start thinking about all the other things. How can this affect this? And what will happen as a side effect if I do that? So then you're like, I don't know. I have like 5 notebooks on my desk in front of me. And like all of them are meant to be like the list that I'm supposed to be looking at.
Yeah.
But I need them all right now because I can't have one thing only.
No, I totally know what you mean. So like, there's a lot of time where, I'm sure we're here in this space where we're talking about it. We're working on stuff like, but then, you'll step out into the real world and you might come across a conversation or a place where you're like, oh, is it just us? Like are we echoing to ourselves now? Like, a lot of people seem to have left after the bull market, whatnot. It's gotten a little bit quieter, like we were saying, like, but are we like, do you think like more like the mass adoption, do you think more people will start utilizing DeFi tools and stuff like that, more mainstream people that aren't using it now? Like, what do you think it takes, or are we there? Are we close, or what's your whole thought on it all?
Yeah, I think it's only going to keep growing. I don't really think anybody left per se. Like it's once the seed is ingrained in someone's head, planted in someone's head, it's just like ingrained there.
Yeah.
I think just like builders are just different. So most people are looking at it as like a price thing. Their emotions are connected to the price. If the price is up, everyone's talking about it. And if it's down, like I'll tell people, you know, like family members or something, haven't talked to in a while. I'll just check in with them and, oh yeah, I'm building this website. And they're like, you know, oh, I heard Bitcoin's down right now. Isn't it down? And it's like, that's kind of how most people look at it, I think.
Yeah.
Like I heard Bitcoin is down.
Mm-hmm.
That's not even on my brain. Like technology, what can I build? How can I make this better? What am I going to have in a few months? Like, how can I get more users?
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's this, like I was saying, it's a time to build and to grow it all, you know, I feel like. So it always comes back around. It's so funny to me that conversation is still a conversation that people are like, oh, it's down. Isn't that down? I heard it was down. When it's like, yeah, well, that literally is the time when you're supposed to buy is when it's down. But everybody's like, oh, I wouldn't touch that.
Yeah. I mean, it's not even like, I don't mean it as a knock towards anybody who thinks that way either. Right. That's just how the general population is. I guess,
exactly.
Well, because it's like, if you're not building on it, then why would you look at it a different way? Like if you're not building, what else is there to look at besides kind of what the price is right now?
Yeah. Yeah. It's true. I mean, it must be an interesting like thought for you building what you're building. I mean, it must the price are just like where the market is must be a thought in your mind at all times. And I wonder if there's other tools that pop up in your mind or things that you are going to add to the site, to the Waxdao that are more towards like the crypto side of things. Like, is there anything like that? Or are you more thinking towards the NFT side still?
There's so many things that pop through my head. It's just like nonstop all day long, every day. I kind of have to force myself to like hone in on a certain idea usually, because if I don't get a grip on it, my mind will just, you ever like be out somewhere and like laugh to yourself and like someone asks you what you're laughing at, you're just like, if I explained how my brain got to the point where it is right now, you would think I'm an idiot. That's like how my brain works all day long. Just like goes on these fucking trips. So I have to like, to answer your question, I guess I definitely do have thoughts about other tools. I guess I would say I have so much to build right now that I'm trying to focus on getting this right. And then who knows where this will end up? Who knows where I'll end up one day? But as I build my skills, I know that I'll be in a good position to create whatever I think of creating later in the future.
Yeah. Yeah. You can tell, you can probably feel yourself getting better at the pace that you're moving at.
Yeah. There are lots of things too that I just like looking back now as I build new things. I write contracts for other people or I add new features to the site. I come up with like new problems that I have to solve. And then I'm like, oh shit. Like, the way that I designed these farms in the first place was so stupid. Why didn't I do this like this? So it's like, I know there's a lot that I can improve on, but I'm definitely getting better.
Yeah, absolutely. And it seems like you like, well, do you already have it? It's basically the way, is there a market here? Like the buying and selling is basically here, right?
Yeah, there's no secondary yet. It's just drops.
Yeah,
but I definitely want to add a secondary.
Cool. Very cool. What when you look at like Atomic Hub and Nefty and Hive and all those other, which ones do you think are doing it right? Or like, are there features from them, from each one of those that you enjoy or look at? Or
yeah, absolutely. To be honest, I don't really spend too much time on the markets these days, so I don't know them all like intimately. Atomic Hub definitely has the user interface. I like that a lot. In terms of like the design, they got that down. NFT Hive has lots of great tools. So does Nefty. And I just like both of those, and Chain Champs, just because I love like people that build stuff here and don't really like, I don't know. Yeah, I don't want to shit talk anybody, but a lot of people are kind of fed up with the way Atomic Hub does some things. So
for sure,
I love community tools. So NFT Hive and Chain Champs and even Nefty, even though they're a little bigger, I have a lot of respect for all of those guys. I would say, yeah, NFT Hive, Nifty, and Chain Champs are all like very good in terms of features and tools. Atomic Hub has the user interface.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I don't know. I'm frustrated with the Atomic Hub. I just don't like that they are like everybody looks to them for, or like that their verification means something. Shouldn't matter.
Yeah,
In my mind, like it's just they got too much control right now.
and with that, like I don't want to be like one of those delusional people, I guess, that's not going to acknowledge the monopoly they have, because like I don't see that just going away overnight. I don't want to be the guy that says like, oh yeah, just it's decentralized, so they're going to lose all their power. Like I don't think that's really going to happen, but I do think as time goes by, more people are going to build things on Wax, and as it grows, you are going to see competing markets that offer better things. And Atomic Hub might not go away. They might always be an authority for noobs, but they will lose market share.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. Yeah, that it'll become a more competitive market as something else will be as good we'll just kind of level. I mean, I'm already feeling that way with Hive and Nifty. There's things that they both do. I mean, there's things that though that you've got on the Waxdao that's insane, so I mean, you blew my mind when this thing came out, like this was like the tool that was missing, in my opinion. So I'm very excited for everything that you keep adding to it and seeing where it goes and grows. And I think more people, once they get a hold of this or understand what they can do with it, it's like game over, man. Yeah, it's like you can be so damn creative with this. It's really cool.
I just have to make sure not to get complacent and to keep evolving and growing. That's the main thing. How long have you been in crypto?
2017 is when I found myself getting into it, like so many others did at that time.
Do you remember Ether Delta?
Ether Delta? No.
It was a decentralized exchange on Ethereum where you could place limit orders. It was so clunky and shitty, and people used to actually, because you'd have to type your orders in a certain, type them out 0.00 whatever. And so people would make mistakes all the time. So you'd have people that would set really low and high buy orders, and people would lose whatever. It doesn't matter. My point is, decentralized exchanges existed back then. I mean, Ether Delta was like the first real one. There was also, I can't remember, there was like another app, something with a B, I think, that you installed on your computer. But anyway, like if you had said back then, these are the next big thing, Binance is going to lose market share, like people would have laughed at you. But then look, like a year later or whatever, Uniswap comes along. I think we're in that Ether Delta stage with Atomic Hub right now. There's really not that like NFT Hive and Nifty and stuff aren't great, but I don't think that the big thing is there yet to shift people away from the one that a lot of people are annoyed with.
Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense. What you're saying there makes a lot of sense. Yeah. So, God damn it. I'm so curious to see. I wish I could see where the Waxdao is going to go in a year's time from now. Cause like you're saying, like your attitude, your energy and everything, and like how you're building it out. I'm very excited to see the future for this project.
I wish.
Do you think that you will add like some sort of like play to earn game to the Waxdao system? Sort of how like Nifty has their Nifty Quest thing, so they've got a little game there. Was there something like that down the line, or?
Yeah, what's crazy is I still don't even really know what Nifty Quest is. I've never looked into it. I get so tunnel vision when I work on stuff.
It's essentially like every week they had a season. They're off season right now, but it was like every week they would kind of like pick like random NFTs from within Nifty, and if you were holding those or whatever, you would get points, or you could go out and try to collect those to get those points for that week. Was kind of the deal.
I see. Yeah. I definitely do. Like, this is not like an announcement that a game is coming or anything like that. Right. But so with the blends, I talked about how I'm going to make mutable attributes like as a result of the blend. I'm learning a lot about dealing with mutable attributes right now, and it's really awesome. I think they aren't utilized enough in this space either.
Yeah.
It's given me lots of ideas on things I could do for like little mini games. And I also don't know if you're familiar with Shifty Bears. They're Bear Cave. I didn't like design the game, but I built the website and the contract for them.
Oh, you did? Okay. Yeah, I remember them. Yeah.
I definitely, I'm like just nonstop. I got these ideas going through my head. I do want to make a game though, for sure.
Yeah. So that Shifty Bears was, is this that?
Yeah, that game's pretty awesome. Those guys are really cool though. They've been really supportive of me since before I even really got rolling.
That's cool. Yeah, I forgot about this one.
Yeah, you basically stake some NFTs in your bear cave there, and then you do this like there's 2 different games. There's Enter and Chase, and pretty much like you can win an NFT or get there's a bunch of different NFTs that you can win. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, right on. Oh, I definitely gotta check this out. So you worked on this then? You built some of this out for them?
Yeah, the only thing on the site that I didn't actually do was that graphic that you're looking at, the bear cave graphic. I built the entire site though.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. I see the Waxdao vibe to it. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
sick. Yeah.
And I wrote the smart contract for it.
You did the smart contracts for it, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. How long did it take you to put this thing together?
Yeah, so it took like a little. When they first asked me about it, I don't think they realized how quick it was going to get done, like how fast I work.
Yeah.
They said that their previous dev told them this would take months, and he like brought up the idea to me one day, and then like a day later, I was like, "Yeah, I got most of the contract written," and they were like, "What the hell? I wasn't ready for this." So it ended up taking like probably a month and a half, but as far as me doing actual work, probably within a week, I'd say something like that.
Amazing. Yeah. Oh my God. Amazing. That is bananas, man. Well, shit. Like I've enjoyed chatting with you about this. I love everything you're doing. Is amazing, man. We should definitely have you back on again whenever you have something new you want to shout about, or if I see a new feature or something, I'm just gonna hit you up. And
that sounds good. Maybe when we get these blends rolled out, I could do like a demo or something like that on the channel.
Let's do it. Yeah, let's do it for sure.
That sounds good, man. Thank you for having me on.
All right, Mike D. We'll talk to you again soon then.
All right, later.
All right, thanks a lot. All right, look who has taken the stage, Mr. Ren Venom. How are you, bud?
What's up, motherfuckers? I'm doing good, man. I'm doing fantastic. How are you guys doing?
Great, man. Yeah, good to see you. Thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, man. Lots of stuff going on. Lots of stuff to talk about. So I wanted to. What better place to come and have a discussion? I picked up the phone and called Left and said, "Hey, man, get me on the show so we can talk to everybody and tell them what Green Rabbit's been up to and what our plans are and what the future looks like, and it's all good stuff. So exciting."
Yeah, hell yeah. No, it's been a minute since we've seen your face on the show, so it's good to have you back. Yeah, I do now know. I see. The last time I had you on the show, I was like convinced there was an elephant on the wall.
It's my hat.
I see their hats. I see their
hat collection. Yeah.
Totally funny.
He even sent me a picture on Discord of the elephant. We should make that an NFT. You know what I mean? Just the magic elephant. Okay, well, we can get down to the who is that? Mars Utah in the background there?
Where is he out? Is he in the chat?
I don't know. I heard. Oh, was that Emmett?
Oh, there's just me. No one.
Oh, wow.
No today,
maybe I'm hearing shit. My bad.
Yeah.
All right. So let's get started. Let's get down to the nitty gritty, guys.
Yeah, let's look at it.
Yeah. So obviously we've been taking some time to develop the 3D game. So I want to kind of explain my vision for everything so people understand, because I have some people in the community going, well, I'm not really interested in cosmetics and I'm not really this and I'm not, they're like, what about Selenium? What about this? Like, there's a lot of questions out there. And so I want to just kind of give the broad spectrum. Okay.
The
3D game is going to be the point of entry for anybody that we bring into Green Rabbit, meaning like, how do you get somebody to want to play Green Rabbit? Send them to the 3D metaverse. Let them get set up with the hub and talking and all those things. After they do that, we'll encourage them to create a Wax wallet, connect their Wax wallet. We're changing the website, kind of the naming or how we look at the website. Instead of it being the first point of entry, it's going to be the second touch, and that will be we're going to call that the advanced dashboard. And the reason for that is because you have to think about it. A lot of people are coming into crypto. Some people have never even seen crypto or understand NFTs or anything. So they're coming in, and then you throw them right into the crafting. Here's this whole staking crafting thing. Most of the time we lose them at Wax Wallet. Like they say, oh, I put my Wax Wallet and it said, not enough to do the transactions because I haven't staked any net or whatever. So like we want to try to drive traffic in a way where we take them into the 3D game, show them this cool universe, and then get them to, get excited, play it like they'd play a normal game, and then go, by the way, we have this whole other advanced like crafting, and there's missions, and there's all kinds of other things that you can do if you want to go down that route. And that's going to be where we kind of get them and train them into becoming, a blockchain specialist. So that is kind of the way that we're going to do it. So you guys can kind of understand the flow, because I'm going to start getting, huge marketing dollars and huge advertising onto getting that people to play the 3D game. Just get them in, get them to play the 3D game, get them to download and install it, and then play it. After that, it's on us to get them to all the way into the crafting and staking and all of that stuff. So that's kind of the vision. It doesn't mean Selenium's going anywhere. It doesn't mean that we're changing or we're just leaving the 2D side out of it. Like we understand that there's a huge portion of our community that likes to play that kind of stuff and likes to do that kind of stuff. That's what I do myself personally, to craft and all this stuff. So that's always going to be a thing in Green Rabbit, and Selenium is always going to be the driving force, including in the 3D game. The way Selenium works, just so everybody knows, if you haven't heard me say it before, you can trade Selenium and do whatever you want to do and buy it or whatever you want to do, on the chain through the website. But once you transfer the Selenium into the 3D game, that becomes a virtual currency. Like we're not giving an off ramp for Selenium in the 3D game, and there's a few reasons for that, but the main reason being we don't want to. We want to be, if we have all virtual currency in the 3D game, everything is virtual currency, it's a lot easier for us to develop around something like that, because then we're essentially a video game. We don't have, we're not an NFT game. So like the regulations that Steam has, that, all these other, Google Play and Apple Store and all that other stuff, like we don't want to become a NFT game in that respect, because if we do, then there's all kinds of limitations that get put on us. So essentially what we're doing is we're making it so, you have this game, you can do all this stuff, but you can buy those assets. And then if you would like to, you'll have the ability to transfer your assets out of the game. And what you do with them out of the game is whatever you guys want to do with them. They're your assets. You can do whatever you want. So all that being said, it's developed around that. Now, just yesterday, so this is that's kind of the base. Just yesterday, there was an announcement on Twitter. I don't know if you guys saw it, but there was an announcement out there. And if you haven't seen it, go to Green Rabbit game Twitter and look at the Mega Fans announcement. So Mega Fans, we're partnering with them. They are huge in the play and earned esports world. So they do tournaments and different things with the esports. And so, when I met those guys, I actually met them in GDC in San Francisco. They were like, "Oh, you're doing a tournament mode for your races?" He's like, "Dude, we have to set this thing up." And so basically from then until now, we've been working out all the specifics. But essentially what's going to happen is we're going to plug in their SDK to our tournament mode, and we're going to do tournaments through them. But the benefit of that is that the tournaments aren't strictly the rewards for the tournaments aren't strictly Selenium or Wax. Those tournament rewards can be all because Mega Fans is multi-chain, so those rewards can come out in all different types of fashions. I'm not going to go into specific details on but there's going to be things other than Wax and Selenium and Tortuga tokens that you'll be able to win through the Mega Fans platform, because they're already set up for it. So we're just going to plug it in, and I think they have some stuff on Polygon. They have some stuff other places. So there's another huge influx of people and players and rewards for you guys, doing it this way. And we're going to do this a lot. So this is the first one. There's several more down the pipes. We're going to start doing this kind of thing a lot, where we start getting into partnerships with people who already have stuff that's set up, and then we're going to utilize them in a way. And like I said with the mega fans thing, it's a match made in heaven, really, in my opinion. And so you guys can expect all kinds of cool rewards and fun things coming out of that partnership. And it just adds more benefit, more excitement, more rewarding experience for you guys when you're playing Green Rabbit through that in that way.
That's awesome. Yeah. Oh wow, this is great. This is a great
right?
thing. This will definitely bring more eyes and people to Green Rabbit for sure. And also too, just the overhaul of how you're rethinking how to bring people into the game and into the space, the Green Rabbit metaverse, is that I think you're on the right path. You know what I mean? Like, you're right. You do lose people at the wallet because the damn. I mean, there's a game on Solana that popped up, Evo. It's like a first person shooter game, but like you go right to their website and like you're like the first thing they want you to do is play the damn game. You know what I mean? It's like press play and you're in, even before you're setting up your accounts and doing all your stuff. And I'm like, oh, that's smart right there. You know what I mean? Like get to the whole point and the reason why people are here. And the thing is most of these games, all this stuff, like they take so long to load up, like if you've downloaded them, you got to load them in and do all this thing. So getting to the fun is important. So I'm glad you guys have that on the radar. That's good.
Yeah, so that's kind of the idea, is like, the marketing push that we have planned is going to be, it's going to be monumental. Obviously, we're working on raising capital for that, for that part of it, as well as expanding the team. So it kind of brings me to the next deal, which I'm pretty sure everybody wants to hear about. The game, the new update for the game. So the new update for the game. It's going to include standard races, which have a play to earn option in there. It's going to include the 3D store with apartment decorations and everything that you need to decorate your home. And that looks badass. If you guys haven't seen it, with like a decorated apartment in Green Rabbit is the bomb. And it's cool because you get to decorate it with your own stuff. And every piece of that puzzle is, you actually own that piece of furniture or that, that stereo or that bed. It's something that you own your apartment. This is the metaverse, so we can do these types of things. The other thing that's very, very exciting for me is the skins. We have, they look awesome. They look, we have, I don't know what's the total number. We have quite a few skins in there. I think it's like 25 or 30 on day one, as well as all the stuff that you're going to need to decorate your apartments and all those other things. Those are available for you guys, and you can use the Tortuga tokens that you win, or you can buy Tortuga tokens with credit card. Either way, you'll be able to get what you want with no problem. And then, like I said, once you get all that stuff, when you're done using it, or if you want to do that immediately, you can just take it and transfer it out of the game. I think there is some small wait time just to ensure that everything goes through with the credit card transactions. But once that wait time is over, you can take it out and do whatever you will with it. So, there's going to be a lot of different angles that we can go with it, with the skins and the, you know what I mean? And then you'll see when you log in, you can queue for a race, and tournament mode says coming soon. And that's the next step. You can see it coming with mega fans. So, right now we've been focused on development. We have all the functionality there. We actually have people beta testers in testing right now. Everything's working pretty good, except for I'm going to be 100% honest. Some of the polish that needs to be there is not there currently. Like, we're working on it, but there's so many little pieces of, like, this little menu's got to fade out, and you got to press this button here and do, so the game is functional. But the polish of it, when we release the update, it might take a little bit, like a couple of weeks, for us to get all those little, nuances squared away. So I don't want anybody to think that, like, we came in, this is it, guys. We're releasing this fully polished version. Like, no, this is really, I don't even know if I want to call it, a beta, but like we have Green Rabbit was in early release. When you play the game now, it's early release. Maybe we would talk that. Maybe we'll say this is, the beginning of the alpha. Just because I don't want to say anything to anybody that would make them think that we're we're not doing, what we're saying we're doing or whatever. We're building this game, and everything's been focused on functionality. Once the functionality's out and you guys can play it and get in there and enjoy it, then we'll focus on the little bells and whistles and the polish of it, making it shiny and beautiful. And those are also things that will happen as well, continually through the lifespan of Green Rabbit. So I just wanted this little disclaimer that we're, it doesn't mean it sucks. It doesn't mean everything's broke. It doesn't mean whatever. It just means that, there might be a little, hey, what do I do on this screen? And you have to press tab and instead of escape or something. I don't know what it is, but you'll see what I mean.
Get it. Yeah, there's still room for improvement. It's or whatnot. Yeah, there's still things like coming.
Absolutely.
But, this is definitely like a big. This is what a lot of people have been waiting for with the crafting, the anima armor crafting and stuff. That's like right here now, right? Like that's part of this release is what you're saying.
Yeah, so if armor fusion, then that means basically you're taking all your pieces of your armor and you're putting them together, and armor, the transferring of the armor into the 3D game, that's ready. We're ready for that. We're rocking and rolling with that. So essentially, everything that we've been waiting to do this whole time is going to be here. We're ready to go. We have a full game loop. Then it just comes down to polishing it. Once we get it polished to where I feel it's good enough, then we'll start pushing for getting that marketing and getting that stuff going. So as always with the community, please come in, give your suggestions. If you find something, let us know. We'll fix it as soon as possible. But at the end of the day, I don't want to take anything away from the update because it's amazing. Like to see the lava turtle and the frost rabbit and the samurais running around and all that stuff inside of the hub. And there's also new updates to the races. Like there's you can shoot these mines, and you can either shoot them at somebody or shoot them on the ground, and they stay on the ground. They're like shock mines. And so like if you're running, there's these mines on the people to throw them on the ground. They get them and then they throw them on the ground, and then you have to like dodge them. Like it really feels almost Mario Kart-esque, I want to say, because there's like now we have different ways to like and you have a shield which will block it. You have, there's stamina balls in there, so you can go. I mean, all kinds of cool stuff. We've really, really, really been working hard to make this a very, very exciting and fun experience. So everybody understands. Just want to be 100% clear. The game is awesome. It's just there is some stuff that still needs to be polished, and we're gonna release it anyways. Fuck it, let's get it out there to you guys. Let you guys enjoy the content, and then we'll go from there.
So cool, man! I love it. The last time I jumped into the metaverse there, I noticed a whole bunch of updates and stuff. There was definitely some new things, like things you could pick up and shoot at other people, shields and stuff like that were there. And also just like the functionality of it seemed to be working way, way better. Well, I also had what I think it was Drake had helped me sort out my camera issues. Like I had like one of the thing was just going like so slow when I would move to try to turn it around. So I got that like all dialed in and everything's working pretty good. So yeah, I've gotten better at it because of that too. I mean, it was definitely screwing with my game.
Yeah. Well, now it's really, I mean, it's the next evolution, the races, stuff like that. We're going to do as much as we can with the races, and then we're moving on to the other stuff, but we've promised that the Battle Royale and capture the flags and all that stuff. But at that point, we'll have an investment. We'll be, we'll really be pushing. The team will be huge, even bigger than it is now. We'll have, a huge marketing dollars going in. I mean, that my goal. So if I'm saying, like, if I was to say whatever, like I want to have 1 million Green Rabbit players. 1 million is my big goal that I'm shooting for in the very short term, And I'd say short term for 1 million players would be like within the next year. I'd like to have 1 million players playing Green Rabbit. That's pretty big. It's a pretty big goal, but I think we can do it. I really do, and I think we can do it because I just feel like the web, like we were all early adopters of the blockchain space and Web3 and all that stuff. I don't think that train has really hit the station yet. I don't think that people have really realized it. I think if we give it another 6 months, you're going to see, you know, the blockchain really, really, really as a front runner when it comes to gaming and a bunch of other stuff too. But and when that happens, that's when the masses will kind of start, you know, coalescing around this space. And when that happens, like I said, imagine all my OG Horde members if we have a million people inside of playing Green Rabbit. You know, you guys win. So that's the goal. That's where we're trying. Okay, there you go. Click that video right there.
Yeah,
that's the apartment. See, all set up, and you can set it up, and you can do it. You can set it up any way you want, right? So you can put your lighting and beds and couches and wall art, which
art
there's
on
a bunch
the wall.
of it.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's
nice.
That's going to be, so you can build your stuff out. I mean, you guys can see the vision, right? It's an exciting time. We have coffee makers for our friends who love coffee, because we do have some, and I think they are in chat. But we've built a coffee maker for you guys, and have that already. And eventually, you know, there'll be functionality to these things.
Yeah, and
eventually you'll have
looks amazing in this orange lava rock suit.
Yeah.
Holy
so you guys,
crap.
Yeah, you guys can see where we're going with it. We're trying to take it to this level where you guys can show off your stuff. And the one thing about the skins is that they're all going to be limited time only, meaning like we'll have them available for a limited time. Get them while you can, and then we retire them. And if you have them, you have them, and if you don't, you don't. That's just the way that we're going to do it, and we're going to try to do it. We're going to do it on a schedule. I don't know exactly what the schedule is going to be, whether it be 30, 60, 90 days, but we're going to do it on a schedule to where every season you'll know, like, hey, the new skins are coming out, and the old skins will be retired. Meaning anybody who comes in after that, you can't get the lava skin anymore, or you can't get the samurai skin anymore. You know what I mean? Like those types of things. So, you know, I think everybody can appreciate that.
And this is some wall art here.
Yeah, and they all connect. So those wall arts, they're usually a big, long picture. So that's one piece of 4, you know, out of 4. Yeah. You put all 4 of them together, and it's actually like a scene of what's going on. So you'll see
that was what's kind of. I think there was one on the wall here, something like that.
Yeah, so you can see that there's 4. If you put them together, it's 4.
Uh-huh.
We have
Okay, cool.
Like the young cartoon versions of Saskia, Albert, Felicia, and Mark. Yeah,
they're so rad. Yeah. I want to watch that cartoon. It's like Muppet Baby style.
Yeah. Well, we have all, and I think the wall art is done in different styles too. And eventually, what it will be is where all of the original stuff that you guys like stuff that you guys bought from the Shell store, like the OG concept arts and all that stuff.
What is this? Like a desk or a DJ? It's a DJ booth.
Yeah, and those are for parties when you have parties in your house, which is another thing that we're adding. So, functionality coming later. Streaming video, you know, like basically you'll be able to stream video, stream music into the metaverse, share screen with people, do all that stuff right inside of your apartments and right inside of Green Rabbit. So, you know, that's something that we signed up and started building with Photon. Photon is our multiplayer provider, and Photon has a whole metaverse thing that they're doing, and we're one of the first, I don't know if we're first or not, but one of the first metaverse platforms that's building with their new tools, and they have all that. They have the screen share, video share, you know, all that stuff. So you can imagine now you can do your show inside of Green Rabbit. You know, we can share your screen and do your show there, and have, you know, maybe we could say, hey, come to the theater. Left is doing his thing. So you're streaming to YouTube, to Twitch, and to Green Rabbit. And we do that for all the other creators too. So it's like a place for you to have your communities hang out. It's a game. It's fun. And, you know, you have these things to do.
Yeah. I want that in my life.
Yeah.
I want that. Yeah.
The bed
that's the goal. That's the dream.
The bed is animated as soon as I get there. You know that.
Hey-o.
So anyways, we wanted to release today. I don't know if that's feasible on the update. We're within the next few days. It's like couple 3 days.
Any moment now.
Any moment now. So what will happen is I'll just come in. I'll tell you, I'm thinking about taking the current, you know, 3D game down for a few hours. So everybody knows, like, hey, we're moving from this. We're transitioning to the next.
Yeah.
And then once we do that, we'll bring the new one back on. We'll do it. We'll have a stream. We'll we'll do a whole thing, and we'll have Drake and everybody and get excited and just have a fun time with it. So yeah, we'll do that. And hey, get ready, guys, get ready, because once we get this done, we get this all polished out and everything's good, the next step is, really start pushing this marketing and bringing new people into the community, new eyes that have never seen or heard of Green Rabbit before. We're going to bring them in and have them try it out.
I think there's going to be some timing, like this. I think it'll all line up. You know what I mean? Like when things start to get hot again, it'll all make sense. You know what I mean? Like the people will be, like it'll all ramp up at the right time. You know what I mean? Like it's almost like you don't want it. If it was all ramped at this, it's not ready.
Yeah,
it's not
ready
there yet. You know what I mean? It's a perfect timing is happening. So I think, that's all.
Well, we're all building and testing together, and this is really, this is something I wanted to get to you guys because I want you guys to have the functionality. I want you guys to be a part of the development. I want you guys to have fun and build with us and race against us and all that. Like that's the fun of it. That's the whole thing. That's what we're doing. And then once we build it and everybody, our community is happy with it, then we start outreaching to other people and say, hey, look what we built. We got a huge community that loves this thing. Why don't you come and try it out? And here's why, and so that's,
absolutely. Yeah, no, it's all, that's it. And everybody's like, everybody that's here is part of, it doesn't exist. It doesn't even happen if the people that are here now weren't, you know what I mean?
I'm telling you right now, I see I see my soldiers in there. Cyber, Ebenezer, Freefall, Red Eye Lou. I mean, these are the guys that are out there every single day, consuming, what we, develop and helping us in one way or another, whether it be on the team or with mods or, helping us with suggestion or, just being a part of it. That's really what makes Green Rabbit is the fact that we've been all able to build this together. And we've made it through the tough times, and we've faced adversity, and we're still here. There's other collections out there that are faced adversity and disappeared, and Green Rabbit's not one of them. And that's so that's a huge feather, and not just Green Rabbit's cap, but for the community. You guys sticking with us and sticking through all that stuff. I mean, and still remain strong. In some cases, actually, a lot of cases, you guys were my main motivation to continue on, and for that I'm forever grateful, because look at what we've built. We've built something amazing, and we're getting ready to take it to the world now. I mean,
yes,
within the next couple of months here, we'll be worldwide marketing campaigns, and people coming in and selenium getting thrown in the air and naked rabbits running around and all that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
well, I think the Mega Fans thing's super exciting. It's all very exciting. It's all coming together at the right time. It'll be fun to see it roll out into the rest of the world.
That's the first. That's the first of a bunch of crazy partnerships and collaborations that are going to start coming down, and they're done like this: official, with a press release, signed, sealed, delivered. I'm not going to say, I get excited because I talk to all these people and do all these things, and then maybe the deal doesn't materialize, and then I'll tell the community like, hey, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Then the deal doesn't materialize, and I feel bad. But from now on, when I say something, we're going to just make it happen. So we'll just make it happen in this way, and press release it and make it happen. So
love it. Yeah, that's great.
All right, guys.
Perfect.
Well, listen, at the end of the day, it's much love for you guys. We're working hard. Give me a couple of days. It could be sooner than later, but I'll try to give you guys about 24 hours notice. When the devs tell me they're ready, I'll give you guys 24 hours notice and let you guys know what's going on. And then we'll take it down. We'll bring it back up. And when we do, we're going to have all these cool, fun stuff, and all those Tortuga tokens you've been saving up from your dailies and whatever else. You'll be able to drop them day one and get your shit. So I'm excited about that. So
LFG, baby.
Let's fucking go, guys. Thank you, Left, and thank you to my community. Much love, guys. I'm going to try to be back around more, but as you can see, I'm working on all these deals. So Drake, Dub, the crew, Banana, Larry, all of our mods, our wonderful mod team, all of them. You guys all know who you are. Red Eye Lou, Ebenezer, Doggo. These are the people that are going to be there. We're going to try to turn up the heat too. So once I get everything going, the days of dropping big stacks on the community are coming back. We're gonna get the Discord fired up, and we're gonna do it in a way that only the people that are real Green Rabbit fans are rewarded. And I think, maybe we might try to do. I don't know how to figure out how I'm gonna do it, but maybe we might try to do a penthouse giveaway to our community, to our solid community. If they're signed up or somehow, some way, we'll figure it out. But when we launch the game, we'll do a penthouse giveaway. So somebody's going to walk into the game and win a penthouse. So there's your chance.
Life.
You'd be a baller for life. Yeah. So that being said, we give penthouses need coffee. Absolutely. We're going to just make a coffee fountain, or you can run around and naked and just pour it all over yourself. All the Java juice.
That's all we need. That's
anyways,
life, baby.
Yeah, much love, guys. Thank you, Left. Thank you, Horde. We're almost there, guys. Just a little bit longer, a couple more days, and then we'll be fired up. So
phase 2.
Phase 2, baby. We're on.
Love it. All right, man. Venom, great to see you, man. We'll chat with you again soon then.
Likewise. Thank you, sir. I'll talk to you guys soon.
Awesome.
Bye-bye.
Awesome. All right, there he goes. Wow, wee. What a crazy show it's been. One guest after another, bringing you, instead of just giving you NFTs all day long, we've given you knowledge, given you power, strength, things that you can brag about at the dinner table with grandma. You're like, well, I know when the next release for Green Rabbit is, bitch. Not that you'd call your grandmother a bitch, but you know what I'm saying. We haven't done any giveaways, and we're only going to do one giveaway. That one is for the Action Family Club card carrying members. You know who you are, the ones that wear the jackets, the ones that wear the badges, the ones that have the cards. We're going to do a jetpack race, 45-second jetpack race. 5 of you guys will get NFT prizes today. You know how this goes. Let's do this. Into the sky we go. Hey, and it looks like Zamara Black is taking a special place in first. Oh, slipping to the back. Hard to tell. Too many flyers out there. Don't know who is who. Too many names. Too long. But 20 seconds left in this final race. The only race we're doing today. Getting down to the wire. Just 10 seconds left to win this jetpack race. Good luck, everybody. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And out of the back comes Urban Freaks to take it by a long shot, by a mile. Who is with him? Who joins him? Infinity TCG. Welcome to 5th place. Boom Shankar. Welcome to the 4th place spot. OZYY. Number 3, CM Ski, 1, 2, 3, second, and Urban Freaks, first place. Look for some NFTs to show up in your wallet here after the show in a short amount of time. I want to thank Michael Fox, Tall James, Mike D, and Venom all for coming and joining us today on this lovely Thursday. Uplando is going to come and join us tomorrow, so we'll get our regular Upland report tomorrow. I just didn't want to bring him in on a day like today when there's so many people, so I figure we keep him for Yarna. All right, Snorky. So Snorks, that's where we're going to go. Oh, wait a minute, I gotta hit the wrong button now. But yeah, we'll stream right into Duty over here. Snorky. 1 second. And sorry we didn't do any of the grub fishes today, but you know, when you have guests like that, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do, huh? Come on, open up. All right, there it is. All right. Well, like I said, tomorrow will be Friday, and we'll see you tomorrow with Uplando. Who knows what other glorious surprises we might have in the show for you. All right. You guys roll. God damn it. Where's the button? Bye.